Hi students, how are you? I think you are safe and fine. You know that in our class we are discussing the third unit, Union Government. In our last class we discussed about the general powers of President of India. Now under the powers of President of India only, we are going to discuss about the emergency powers. Generally, what is the meaning of emergency? You know the difference that normal situation and abnormal situation. What is normal? What is abnormal? Normal situation is any type of existence, any type of disturbances in the state, country, that is the normal. Opposite to the normal is the abnormal situation, that is some kind of disturbances will be there. So, such abnormal disturbances situation is nothing but called as the emergency. So, at that time, the president can impose president rule in the country to take care of the people and to control the abnormal situation erupted because of various situations. So here, according to our constitution, the President of India can impose the three types of emergencies in our country. Number one is the national emergency. It is under Article 352. Number 2 is the constitutional emergency under Article 356. And the third one, financial emergency under Article 360. So, when he is going to proclaim or impose these types of emergencies in a country, we will discuss in detail. The first one is the national emergency. That means whenever there is existence of the emergency in the country or part of the territory of the country, that means anywhere in our India, or there may be a disturbance of war or external aggression, that is other countries are trying to occupy or showing aggression, angry on our country. At that situation, then existence of the emergency. And armed rebellion. Armed rebellion means army is going to revolt against the country's head. That is, in our country that may not be possible because ours is a democratic country. But there is a chance for war, external aggression, or because of these two things there is a threatened disturbance in the country. At that time, the president is going to impose the national emergency throughout the country or any part of the territory by the advice of the Council of Ministers. By the advice of the Council of Ministers. You know that generally there will be Prime Minister and Council of Ministers working as a real executive. If such real executive is going to write in a written form, advise the president whenever these situations are going to occur in the country or any part of the territory, based on the advice of Council of Ministers, the president is going to proclaim or impose the national emergency in the country. Here, this national emergency to be approval by the parliament with 2/3 majority within 1 month. It is very important. This national emergency to be approved by the parliament with 2/3 majority within 1 month. Then only it is going to be activated. At the first time, this national emergency will be during 6 months. After the approval of the parliament, it can be extended for more 6 months also. Whenever this emergency is going to be proclaimed or imposed, there shall be some changes in the administration of the country. Here, the parliament becomes shadow, may not be going to work. The total activity is to be undertaken by the president. This is one of the major aspects. This type of emergency rule has been imposed our country for 4 times. 3 times are the external aggression reason. 1 time for this president rule reason is the internal problem. At the time of war with China for 2 times and war with Pakistan at that one time during the 1971 when the formation of Bengal, and we had 2 wars with China also. These 3 are the external reasons, and the third internal reason is the parliament is to be going to be blocked by the opposition parties in the year 1975. Whenever opposition parties have given the warning that they are going to blockade the parliament. At that time, to avoid rupture and problems, the government has imposed the national emergency in our country. Whenever this type of emergency is going to be imposed, all fundamental rights are suspended except Article 20 and Article 21. These 2 only remain in activation. All other fundamental rights which we are discussed in our earlier classes, all of them are going to be suspended. You know about these 2 articles, I think. Article 21 is right to life. Article 20 is the due course during the process of law. So, refer last videos if you have any doubt regarding these 2 articles. And the next emergency is the constitutional emergency. This is also imposed by the president by the advice of the Union Council of Ministers under Article 356. When is the president is going to impose? It is generally extended to a particular state only, not to whole of our country. According to our constitution norms, if any state government is not going to run at that time, if the governor of the state is given a report to the president, based on that report, the president is going to impose this constitutional emergency. Very important. Whenever in a state, the state government is not running according to the norms of the constitution, whenever the governor of the state is going to provide a report to the president, based on that report, the president is going to impose the constitutional emergency or president rule restricting to that state only. This is the, so that only we may call it as the president rule. This emergency is also to be approved by the 2/3 majority of the parliament within 2 months. Within 2 months. And this emergency at first time will be in activation for 6 months. For extension, again the parliament should approve the extension resolution, then it can be extended up to the 6 months from the expiry period. This is the aspect of the constitutional emergency or president rule. What happen whenever it is going to be existing in a state? Whenever president rule is going to be existing in a state, at that time the legislature becomes shadow. The parliament is going to take the powers of the legislature, and the president is going to assume all the powers of the governor, or he may be provide some powers to governor and all other authorities. As you know that it is restricted to a state only. In our India, so many number of times this president rule was imposed by the President of India. For example, if you take earlier, there was a state Jammu and Kashmir. Now it was divided into 2 union territories. That is, earlier it was a state. In that state, we can see that nearly above 100 times this president rule was imposed by the government of India and president. In our United Andhra Pradesh also, for 2 times there was a imposition of president rule in our country. And the next emergency is the financial emergency. This emergency is imposed or proclaimed by the president of our country under Article 360. When it is going to be imposed, what happened? So, whenever the president thought that the financial position or credibility or stability of rupee is threatened or disturbed. We are loss of credibility regarding about our financial position. At that instance, the president, by the advice of the Council of Ministers, he is going to impose the president rule throughout the country or any part of the territory also. Whenever this emergency is going to be imposed, all the money bills which are to be approved by the state legislatures are to be forwarded to the parliament as they are related to the financial aspects. Not only that, the government has the power to change the salaries, allowances of the people, employees in the country. This is all about the emergency powers of president. These are three types of the emergency powers executed by President of India. With this, we have concluded our president topic in union government. You know that our present president is the Ramnath Kovind. Last president is the Pranab Mukherjee. There is a list of presidents you can obtain through Google. If you are interested, you go through it. And the next one in this class only we are going to discuss is the vice president. After president, vice president is the second highest citizen of our country. Generally, in our constitution, article 63 to article 71 describe or explain about the qualifications, elections, term of office, removal of vice president of India and other powers and functions of vice president. Generally, those who want to become a vice president, they should be a citizen of India. It is the first and foremost important qualification required for a person, and he should have completed the age of 35 years, and he should have the eligibility to elect as a member of the Rajya Sabha or upper house or the council of states. These are the basic qualifications. Other are determined by the parliament according to the existing law. So here he should have the eligibility to elect as a member of the Rajya Sabha. Whereas for vice president, we take in the total parliament. There is a quite difference is there. If you listen the two videos instantaneously, you can understand so that you can write the answer easily. Election. Who is going to be elect the vice president? For the election of president, electoral college is there. Both houses of the parliament will elect the president. But in case of president, the Rajya Sabha members are going to elect the vice president of India. You know that in our Rajya Sabha, there are two type of members are there. One is the elected members and the second type is the nominated members. In the election of the vice president, both, that is elected and nominated members are going to participate, and there is a single transferable vote. That means one person has to give one vote, that is single transferable vote. The person who got more votes, he will be declared as the Vice President of India. And term of office, generally from the date of the assumption of that post, the Vice President can be in that post up to 5 years. But if he wanted to resign to his post, he can write a letter to the President of India and he can resign to his post also. As he can also sometimes removed from that post also by the Parliament. Such process is nothing but calling as the removal process of the Vice President. Here, if he is going to act against to the constitutional norms, such removal process should be initiated in the Rajya Sabha only. The total members, out of total members, 1/4 members should sign and give a letter of resolution to the chairman of the Rajya Sabha before 14 days. That is called as the prior notice. After 14 days or on the day of 15th day, there will be a discussion on such resolution. If such resolution is passed by 2/3 majority of Rajya Sabha, then that is transferred to the Lok Sabha. If in Lok Sabha also such resolution is approved by the 2/3 members, then the Vice President has stand to resign from his post. All this process is considered as the removal process of Vice President. Till today in our country, no Vice President has been removed. And salaries and allowances. Generally, the Vice President of India get the salaries of 1,25,000 rupees as a monthly salary, and other allowances also be there. This is the salaries and allowances. Powers and functions. Here only 2 powers are performed or discharged by the Vice President. One is ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha. The second one is acting as president. Here you should concentrate what is the meaning of the ex officio chairman. As we said that the person, the Vice President, is going to elect for the post of the Vice President only, but he acts as the ex officio chairman. That means he may not be belongs to the Rajya Sabha. He may be elected as the Vice President, but he acts as the chairman of Rajya Sabha. So that only here such type of members are calling as the ex officio. There will be a house will be there. If you not belongs to that house, you act as the president to that member of houses. Then you may be called as the ex officio. On the worth of the Vice President, the Vice President act as the ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha. He may not be belongs to Rajya Sabha but act as the chairman of Rajya Sabha. So we may call him as the ex officio chairman. On that, as of that chairman, on that position, it is his duty to perform the meetings of the Rajya Sabha decently and approval of the bills, control of the house, all are vested in the hands of the vice president as ex officio chairman. And sometimes the vice president is also going to act as the president. Whenever the president is removed or death or he may be resigned for the existence period until the new incumbent is going to be elected, new president is going to be elected. During that period, the vice president is acted as the president of India, but he can act as the president of India not more than 6 months. Here also few of Indian vice presidents acted as the presidents in our country. So go through Google and check out which vice president has acted as the Indian president for how many months or years. Just post me through WhatsApp. It is your assignment for this topic. This is all about the president and vice president. In our next class, we discuss another concept, prime minister. So take care, listen carefully, do your assignments here regarding about the presidents, here regarding about the vice presidents who acted as the vice president whenever president was not there, and how many vice presidents are till there in our country, name and list them. You know that the present vice president of our India is the Venkaiah Naidu. So you list out before all the names who acted before Venkaiah Naidu. This is your assignment. Okay, if any doubt is there, post through WhatsApp. I will clarify your doubts. Thank you. Bye bye.